Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Bashim, Rachakodash. This video is going to be called Prophetic Times. Of all the prophecies that need to be fulfilled. The destruction that's coming to people who are given this understanding too, and everything. Because the Lord works on prophecies. Things have to be fulfilled in order for things to be done. To fulfill more of the scriptures day after day. But let me start off at Ecclesiasticus 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. See, so many prophecies are being fulfilled now, man. Times we're living in, the end of Babylon, and the coming up of, our kingdom. So, of course, there's going to be prophecies that are going to be, many prophecies that are going to be fulfilled. Because prophecies is used to know what time we're in, and it's based on the scriptures. Which right now, we're close to the MOTB. That's one of the few next prophecies that's got to be fulfilled before all hell breaks loose. So that's why we're always, measuring time diligently. And we can see by these prophecies. So you need to keep a watch. Like a guard on a wall surrounding the city. You gotta keep your eyes open. Keep looking. Because you heard these warnings. So you gotta keep your eyes open. You're not just gonna close your eyes and just go blindly, just walk away. Next, I'm gonna get Ephesians. Sorry about that. Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. See, so we gotta, make sure we're walking correctly. Walking with the Lord, following his commands, doing what needs to be done. 16. Redeeming the time, because the days are evil. See, so we gotta see, we gotta see how we're doing, because times are short. And the temptation is strong with the world, so you can easily fall off. That's why you need to keep praying. You need that you keep the truth, keep growing, keep building. Like it says, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. So you gotta make use of that time to actually grow, increase. Understand the scriptures more. But next, let me get Ecclesiasticus 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, prepare thy soul for temptation. See, right, that's what we're gonna have to suffer through, man. Temptation. We're gonna be tested, to see if we're gonna be pulled back into the world again. That's why I need to prepare to cut off the things of this world, to move more with the Lord. This is just a test that the Lord's given us. And all the elect, they're going to endure all these tests. Only the elect. So the non-elect, they're not gonna pass. Only the faithful and true chosen ones are gonna endure to the end. Right, next, let me get Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. See, so all y'all who doesn't want to get understanding, who don't try to seek this knowledge out, those who deny the Lord, you're gonna be in the congregation of the dead. Y'all are gonna die. They're gonna be part of 2/3 who die in this world, or y'all are the heathen that are gonna die in this world. So all y'all who ain't with this word, ain't with the Lord, and ultimately just condemning themselves to be destroyed. "17. He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich." So all y'all who are comfortable in this world, pretty much, all y'all who are laid back, trying to find pleasure in this world over trying to get to the Lord, all y'all are going to be put down. Because the Lord's seeing y'all priorities, and y'all don't have your priorities straight at all. So you're going to be, you're going to die with your lust, serving yourselves. Because the Lord, how can you deny the Lord? He created you, he created everything, and you're not going to choose to follow the Lord. Next, let me get Isaiah 13:19. Okay, Isaiah 13:19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of Chaldees, excellency shall be as when power overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Right, let me read the NLT. Babylon, the most glorious of kingdoms, the flower of Chaldean pride, will be devastated like Sodom and Gomorrah when God destroyed them. So that's exactly what's going to happen to Babylon. They're going to be completely eviscerated, turned to ash, just like how Sodom and Gomorrah was. That was just nuclear fire, man. It's all these nuclear weapons. That's how it's all going to go down. By his own weapons, too. And by some of these heathen weapons, too. That's how it's going to go down. With the help of the chariots. It's only a matter of time that this place will fall. And you're still stuck in here, still hoping it's going to be better whenever it's not, man. You need to just fucking move on from this side of Babylon, man. Go to the Lord. Instead of seeking nothing really in this side of the world. This is going to be so short. Next time we get Isaiah 19:14. The Lord has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. This is how everyone in Babylon is right now, man. Y'all are just drunken as hell. You don't know what you're really doing. Over here throwing up everywhere. You can see how y'all act. Y'all act like complete fools. This is why you're in the state that you are. Y'all don't correct yourselves. Y'all think this is normal. This is not normal, man. It's just wicked. Why do you think that's why the Lord is always against y'all? Cause y'all Jake love to do dumb shit. And that's why we're in the curses, man. Because y'all can't correct yourselves. Next, let me get Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, which also our Lord was crucified. And like we stated earlier, we just mentioned it on Isaiah 13 and 19. So yeah, like it says, that body's gonna be filled. It's gonna be like almost an innumerable amount of bodies. Billions are gonna die. Almost all the population is gonna have to suffer, man. Think you want that? Fuck no. If you have any fucking thinking brain. Okay, next, let me get Jeremiah 50 and 1. The word of the Lord, the word Yahweh spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish and set a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken. Bel is confounded. Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces. Let me read that in NLT. Yahweh gave Jeremiah the prophet this message concerning Babylon and the land of the Babylonians. This is what Yahweh says. Tell the whole world and keep nothing back. Raise a signal flag to tell everyone that Babylon will fall. Her images and idols will be shattered. Her powers, Bel and Marduk, will be utterly disgraced. Now Bel is talking about, pretty much all this satanic worship that Esau does. Baphomet and everything. And all these idols that these people praise over here on this side, they're all going to be destroyed. Because that's what all they are idols. They're not powers. The only power too is Yahweh and His Son Yahushua. So all these people and these idols that they praise, they're all gonna fall down. They're all gonna fall with the world. Because they ain't shit but idols. And Babylon's full of idolatry, man. People praising other people to another level. I'm telling you, man, this place is done. Next, let's get Jeremiah 3:18. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel. They shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers. So let me read that in NLT. In those days, the people of Judah and Israel will return together from exile in the north. Now the north is talking about North America, Babylon. We're going to return back to our land, give our inheritance back. gonna get our, our land. Gonna inherit these people too. The people are gonna be our inheritance. He's a heathen, especially Esau. He's gonna suffer though, and gonna be wiped out eventually. But these heathen are gonna be ours forever. They're gonna be always serving us. We're gonna be, prospering, growing forever. Nothing's gonna stop us, man. The Lord's gonna keep us flourishing, growing and growing and growing forever. Next, let me get Second Ezra's. Second Ezra's 9:1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest the part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that this is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So Yahweh's gonna come, Yahweh Shai is too gonna come and visit the place, visit this place and destroy it. And really, Yahweh's gonna want to stay back. Yahweh Shai and the angels are gonna really charge. Just to correct myself. But yeah, they're gonna come over here to Babylon. They're gonna come over here to, all these other nations. They're gonna completely, cause wrath upon these nations. All of them. Because the Lord ain't with anyone but himself. And really, it's the other nations that ain't for the Lord. They're serving themselves. So the Most High's got to do what's just. Because these aren't right. These are not righteous people, man. They're wicked. That's why they're not chosen. Only Israel was chosen. But as it says though, on 2 Ezra 9:1, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So pretty much you gotta use your time wisely, man. Make sure you're really using your time to actually increase your wisdom, growth, changing too. Because you don't want to always be a nigga. You want to keep getting better, keep getting more spiritual, to the Lord. Right, next, let me get Ecclesiasticus. It's like thinking the same thing. Just go to Jeremiah 28:8. Okay, Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, both prophesied. Both prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So all the prophets have always been, against these kingdoms, against the kingdoms of the world. Prophets have always just been speaking. Pretty much, the Lord is speaking through the prophets to give them warning, give them a message. Because overall, the Lord controls everything. So when the Lord is speaking to the prophets, you need to listen. Okay, so it's a warning from the Lord. You need to take it seriously. Like being a prophet, is a serious deal. Really putting targets on your heads, because you're making yourself a target, because you know no one, no one's the kingdoms of the world. They're not gonna side with you because you're pretty much against them, because the Lord's against them. So you're gonna side with the Lord. So of course, the people of the world are gonna portray you as being wicked and portray them as being a good guy, and the people will agree because they're fucking stupid. But it's just to let you know that you know prophets always let you know the prophecies that are to come, to be fulfilled. To take heed. Next, let me get one more. Let's close it out. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 3:15. That which has been is now, and that which is to be has already been. And power requires that which is past. All right, so even though Yahweh is, awakening these prophets from the past, because things of old, are now pretty much like the prophets of then, or back then, they bring about back now. They're being awakened now. They're getting the Lord put them back in bodies to give them this message again, because they're loyal to the Lord back then. They're still gonna stay loyal now. And of course, those who didn't stay loyal back then aren't gonna be loyal now. But we don't know who that is. But that's why you just need to keep praying. We are the elect. Keep the faith, keep enduring, keep pushing. But anyway, with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakudash. And with that, I want to say Shalom.